Hey, what's up guys? It has been, I want to say, about a week or so, and I've made actually a lot of progress, which I'm pretty happy about, but I have definitely been freezing my ass off. So if you look behind me, there is a radiator support on the good old Legacy. Now, it is not welded in. As you can see, I just laid it there just to kind of see how close everything was to being lined up. And it's pretty good. I'm definitely gonna have to manipulate it a little bit and test fit everything before I just slap it on, but it's not too bad. Like over here, I'm assuming that hole is kind of like an alignment hole. It lines up pretty good with the spot welds, as you can see. Over here, for some reason I thought there was a spot weld here, but it seems like there wasn't. And I'm gonna have to kind of manipulate it, like I'm forcing it over here. So something is definitely bent out of place, but a little bit of love and I think I can get it good. Honestly, haven't really done too much here other than I removed the alternator cover. And this is it. I wish I recorded this, but I just honestly didn't think I was gonna get it straight. But I spent some time, hammered it. It's definitely not perfect, but honestly, it's not too bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if my work can sandblast this and potentially powder coat it black. If I can get it powder coated black, maybe then what I'll do is try to get like some wrinkle paint and just hit it with some wrinkle paint. I know you can get powder coat that does that, but my workplace does not have that. And I have a bunch of brackets down here that I just want to get powder coated from my work, if they're willing to do so. So something I am planning on doing is there's a lot of really clean parts on the other car compared to this car. So like the AC pump. This one is fairly clean, so I'm planning on swapping it over. I'm also pretty sure a lot of these parts were painted and the block itself was painted. I say that because it looks like it was. I just thought the car was really clean and I don't think that's the case. I think it was painted. I don't know if I said it yet, but this pipe right here, it was covered in JB Weld and it had a hole. So they ended up fixing it with JB Weld, which is cool, I guess. But I was hoping to get this sandblasted and powder coated, but I was like, there's something sus. Took it all away. I should have recorded it, but took it all away, and there's holes in this. But over here at the parts car, I've been working away, taking everything I needed. But interesting enough, I moved the alternator. There's a bunch of oil on the top of the block. So that's a little sus. Don't know what's going on there. But I've been doing other stuff off camera, just so you guys, I don't gotta bore you guys to death. It's not a big deal, but I'm currently working on taking this trim piece off. It's cleaner on the other one, so I'm just gonna swap it over. I've been doing some interior stuff. So for example, I've replaced that, it's not a defroster, but I guess AC vent. I replaced that. I replaced the A-pillar trim over there and over here. I've just been doing like little interior things. The dash on mine is definitely not perfect, but the one on that car isn't perfect either, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow, but I will be back, and then hopefully we can start putting the car back together. If I can get the radiator support back on, it's pretty easy getting everything else back on. It's pretty much just bolting stuff in, so it's not too bad. It's going smooth. It's going good. It's you know, it's what I expected, but it's not bad. So we'll be right back. All right, I am back. It's the next day. I'm doing a little live stream here on TikTok, so this is something I actually haven't shown you guys, so this is coming up soon, probably within the next day or so. I'm going to reveal that I messed up my car. I've gone ahead, test fitted the radiator support. It's pretty lined up. I think this side right here is kind of tweaked a bit, so I got it pretty close. Before I make any permanent decisions, I am going to put the fenders on and confirm everything is good. Also, I reached out to Subi Sanctuary, asked about the cooler pipe, and they don't have it. So it's on order from Subaru, should be here within the next day or so. I'm gonna go ahead, take the radiator support off, start cleaning her up, and then hopefully put some tacks down. All right, just went at it for a bit. It's basically wherever there's gonna be a tack weld, I just cleaned it up, straightened up the metal too. The metal was a little bit warped, so it was kind of fighting me. Looks like I got to clean up down there. And yeah, you can see it's not the cleanest piece of metal, but it will do. Once I weld it in, I'll just fill it with a bunch of fluid film. Basically, anywhere that is bare metal, I am gonna apply a little bit of weld through primer. So there is special primer. I was aware of it, just didn't realize how expensive it was. It is this stuff right here, Proform Weld-Through Zinc Primer. Diffusion has been created between the two pieces of metal. I guess the zinc coating seals it up and helps like with rust resistance. That I'm not 100% sure about. It's something I've never worked with. So what I think I'm gonna do is just kind of clean up like the metal here in little different areas. It's just really dirty. Like I can't really weld that because it's just gonna get a bunch of porosity. So let me clean it up. Then we can spray it down with some of that zinc weld-proof primer or whatever it is. And hopefully we can get this lined up and the car can get put back together. Is that straight now that I look at it? I don't know. Okay, my battery's almost dead too. So this may be overkill. I really don't know, but I went ahead, every single surface that is basically mating to another surface, I applied the spray, including on the car. I will be spraying this just with some OEM, it's not OEM, but a paint matched color. So hopefully it blends in a little bit, but we'll see. What's next? I guess just put it on. I really don't know. No one's really explained this to me. I'm just kind of winging it. So let's put this thing on, see how well it lines up or doesn't line up. And then I guess we can put like the fenders on and then see if the fenders line up very well. I don't know how far you gotta go with it. Do you gotta do the fenders, headlights, all that jazz? So I don't know, like do you just do the hood? I don't know. I'm gonna wing it till you make it, right? Believe it or not, it is the next day. I called it quits. I got fed up. It was getting really cold. Just got annoyed. How to put the camera down and just go inside. The reason is, I don't know if I showed this, but I ended up putting in a couple of tacks and one side's holding very well, the other side not so much. Over here, I put a tack just right there and you could see my lovely flux core boogers. Love it. And down here, some more boogers. And these two have been holding pretty well. I'm not really too concerned of them moving. And honestly, the reason why I wasn't afraid of tacking these in is because this side of the car was not really damaged. It was pretty straight still. Over here is where it's starting to get a little questionable. Like it's not sitting quite right down there, even on the bottom. And now I'm starting to wonder if this whole section kind of got lifted up. But what really got me annoyed was, I've tried this twice now, is I've tried tacking this spot, and as soon as I let go of the clamp, it just breaks loose. And I'm gonna hold off on welding until this weekend. This is something I really don't wanna rush. I wanna make sure everything is lined up, as well as I need gas. So once I get the gas, we'll weld it up, and then we'll be good to go. I really need to just source my own gas locally. I've been kind of lazy about it, I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully sooner than later I can get some welding gas and just not have to worry about using flux core ever again in my life. I ended up getting the coolant hose. That's it right there. This is the part. Honestly, it's a fairly cheap part. It was only $34, which is just under $35 actually, Canadian. I'm thinking we just throw that in real quick just because I'm tired of looking at this crusty ass pipe. So yeah, let's maybe do that real quick. It's pretty good. Sick. And there we go. Don helped me successfully put the hood on. The bumper, grill, headlights are all on. And at first glance, it looks really good, especially on this side. And there's a few things I kind of got to look into and figure out. But if you come over here, you can quickly see the gap is pretty crazy. Like that's my pinky. Like, that's really bad. That's a really bad gap. That's probably at least, I don't know, a quarter inch, probably even more. Yeah, another thing I'm not huge about, it seems like the bumper's sagging. And I had this issue with my last rebuild, and I could just never get the bumper to line quite right up with the hood. Like that, I feel like is a crazy gap. It shouldn't be that big of a gap. And even over here, just for reference, that's crazy. My thought process, and correct me if I'm wrong, but majority of the hit happened over here. So I'm thinking everything kind of got pushed like this direction. So potentially this area, like this part of the, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not really a frame, but like top, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm just going to call it the frame. But this part of sheet metal frame area, I'm guessing it kind of got pushed out that way. I'm not quite sure what to do right now. I'm not going to lie. We are definitely moving in the right direction, but there's just, I don't know, it's just it's just not lining up right. So I think I'm going to step back. I think I'm just going to tinker with this off camera for a while, and until I make some decent progress and I'm actually ready to weld this radiator in, then I probably won't come back. I just got to figure this out without a camera in my face. That's the thing. Like I can get a lot done, but as soon as the camera's out, like it just kills the speed as of what I can do stuff. So I got to figure out what's going on, whether that's like, you know, lifting the radiator support, or maybe the radiator support's too low, or, you know, maybe this section right here I was talking about is pushed in one way or not pushed in enough the other way. If it's the hinges, like just kind of mess around, take stuff off, put it on, and just kind of go through it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm confused. I thought this would have went a little more smoother than what it is going. Now I do know it's bodywork and there's collisions and, you know, stuff gets pushed out of where it's supposed to be, so I'm aware of that. I'm not going to say this is going to be a walk in the park. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'm kind of stumped. I might just take a break from this just because I just need to think. So yeah, I might take a few days off from working on the car just because I kind of need a break from this. So if you guys enjoy the video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any tips, any suggestions, if you work in the auto body industry or collision industry, please comment below and throw some suggestions just because I'm a little stumped right now. But take it easy.